UK Sports podcast with a review of the midweek fixtures from the Premier League. We will be concentrating, of course, on the new champions Liverpool and the match that led them to be champions, Manchester City versus Chelsea. We will also have a touch-up on the other big six teams, and we will not be concentrating on the smaller sides of the Premier League in this review because we want it to be brief. Links to our socials have been put in the description down below. I encourage you people to follow us, to engage with us, ask us any questions, and we'll get back to you. And even if some questions, if they're actually very, very good, we will actually address them on this platform so that everyone can get the question and get the answer to the questions that you'll be asking us. I also encourage you to please subscribe to the channel, because as I was viewing the analytics of the channel, it's showing that 85% of the people who are viewing this content are not subscribed. So please subscribe, because it really helps the videos with the YouTube algorithm. It makes it available to even more people. It gets recommended to more people if it's subscribed by a lot of people. Subscribes and likes really help the video. Thank you. So yeah, let's get down to it. We start with Manchester City versus my Chelsea. Personally, this is game of the week for me. Best match ever since the Premier League restart. So City came into this match needing to win the match so that they could delay Liverpool's title celebrations, or at least get to play them at the Etihad and beat them, so that they just delay when Liverpool get to win the Premier League title. Frank Lampard didn't change his lineup very much from the win from Aston Villa. Only Barkley came in for Mateo Kovacic, and they still lined up in the 4-3-3. I was pretty pleased that N'Golo Kante kept his spot in the middle of the three, because I was thinking he was going to put Jorginho in that central defensive midfield position. Manchester City lined up in an asymmetrical 4-4-2. Bernardo Silva was a false 9, played as a striker, and Kevin De Bruyne just behind him, and they would interchange that 4-4-2 formation with 4-3-3 for the rest of the match. Manchester City were controlling most of the possession, as they generally do, but one typical fact that was very different from most of their matches was that Chelsea was creating the better quality chances in the first half. I'm sure Chelsea should have scored when Mason Mount had a few opportunities in the first half, and I particularly remember a corner where Andreas Christensen was supposed to bury the free header before a decent save from Edison. A defensive mix-up in the 36th minute allowed Christian Pulisic to run on goal, and what a finish by this player. I was one of the people who didn't really understand why he was moving to Chelsea, and I questioned the finances of that deal. But he's been proving to me that he's actually going to be a key player for this club, and he deserves his nickname, Captain America. What a finish by Christian Pulisic. Ederson had no chance of saving that one. Chelsea go 1-0 up, and it's 1-0 at halftime. Then you know that maybe City are going to panic, and I was expecting Chelsea to win from now on, from that moment we scored, because City hadn't been threatening at all in the game. We get into the second half, and City are not really threatening. But then N'Golo Kante, I don't understand what was going through his mind. Rudiger and Christensen were right in front of Riyad Mahrez. He had nowhere to go, and N'Golo Kante still falls him from behind, and they get a free kick in the 55th minute. And what came after that, I'm sure no words can explain. That Kevin De Bruyne free kick was awesome. It was a sublime hit. He hit it. That's what we call hitting it true and well. He hit it true and well. That was a knuckleball. I've been one of the people who've criticized Kepa in the past, but I didn't even give him a chance with that free kick. From the moment Kante fouls him and you know that this is a foul that you were not supposed to commit, you're just thinking that De Bruyne is going to score from this one. It was just a gut feeling. I just thought he was going to equalize, then he equalized. Then from here on in, I'm in total fear. I'm afraid that maybe we're going to lose this match 3-1 from now on, because City just start to look more comfortable. They're moving the ball crisp. They're performing well. Raheem Sterling then almost completed a turnaround when he chipped the ball over Kepa and it hit onto the post, or maybe you could have squared it to Gabriel Jesus, who was going to have an open goal. City were now dominating us, still dominating the possession, but they were now creating some dangerous chances. But on the other hand, Chelsea also creating chances. I remember Mason Mount also blew a great chance in the 62nd minute when he could have just placed it with his left foot into the bottom corner of the City net. Then Chelsea got 2-1 up. It almost became like a ding-dong battle, chance after chance for either side. Christian Pulisic then rounded Ederson in the 72nd minute. I remember screaming goal, but then the replay showed that Kyle Walker, what an awesome goal and clearance he did for Manchester City. Chelsea were now looking very, very dangerous on the break before the substitution of Tammy Abraham comes on. Then we go on another fast break. Willian uses all his pace. This is my problem with Willian. Sometimes he doesn't use this pace, but he uses it versus City. Beats Kevin De Bruyne, just fries him. He goes and he squares the ball to Tammy Abraham. Then I didn't quite see what was happening. All I could see was that the ball was not going into the net. And I was just now thinking this team has to be cursed somehow. And play continued, but I could see that the Chelsea players were incensed. They were complaining to the referee, but the referee gave nothing. Then I get to watch the replay. Fernandinho handles the ball. You can clearly see it from the replay. This is a moment where you have to think to yourself, if there wasn't technology in football, City were going to be able to go away with this. They would just get away with it. Nothing would happen. So VAR comes into play successfully, I might add. Chelsea get the penalty that they deserve. Willian steps up. No doubt when Willian is stepping up for a penalty, I know it's a goal. He scores it. And from there on, Chelsea just defend for their lives. Have one or two good breaks, but City don't even come with anything either. Game over. And Liverpool are crowned champions. And deservedly so. The champions of England for the 2019-2020 season. It's just a shame that maybe they're not going to be able to celebrate with a bus parade just now, but then I'm sure when the pandemic is over, they'll get a chance to celebrate with their fans after winning the title, closing out a drought that had been around 30 years long. That's something big. Congratulations to Liverpool. Assist from my Chelsea, I might add, from my Chelsea. I'm sure most of you play FIFA and you know how they give players overall ratings and stuff like that. So on this show, I will be giving approval ratings. These approval ratings are going to be out of 100. So, of course, no players able going to get 100 out of 100 because I don't think there's a perfect player. So these approval ratings are just going to be of my own opinion, and they're not going to be a fixed sum. They change from metric to metric, game to game, depending on how that player impresses me. So watching the Chelsea match, there were a few key players in that match. So these are the players I'm going to give approval ratings. I'll start with the winning team. So I'll start with Chelsea. Man of the match was Christian Pulisic. And how has he impressed me the past two games. Even generally his Chelsea career for me has been a positive. I don't actually understand how Frank Lampard manages to put him on the bench quite so often. Christian Pulisic has to get an 83. He's an 83 rated player on this show for what he has done in the past two games. And I'll also go for the other goal scorer for Chelsea, Willian, who will also get an 83. Then I'll go for Kevin De Bruyne, Oh my, what a free kick, what a player this guy is. Whenever he's got the ball, you pay attention. He's just one of those people, when he touches the ball, you stop whatever you're doing and you want to watch him use the ball. You want to watch how he passes it, how he shoots it, how whatever he does with the ball, it's bliss. Kevin De Bruyne is a 91. And unfortunately, we also have to look at all key players during the match. Fernandinho and Benjamin Mendy really aided Chelsea in their search for a win in this game. So we're also going to give them approval ratings. Fernandinho, he played quite well before his stupid mistake, I might add. So Fernandinho, I will give him an 84 rating. That's his rating from this match. Benjamin Mendy was all over the place for me. Defensively, I don't trust him whenever I watch him play. I'll give Benjamin Mendy a 78 rating from this match. It's only natural that the next team I talk about is to be Liverpool. They had an outing versus Crystal Palace at Anfield, their first match back at Anfield after this Project Restart Premier League are trying to put on. I have to say it was a rather easy outing, made even easier that with the fact that Wolf Zaha got injured in the first half. I remember reading an Opta stat that said ever since Opta started keeping these stats for the Premier League and top 5 leagues, Liverpool are the first team to play whole 90 minutes with the opposition not being able to get a touch in their penalty box. That's how dominating Liverpool were. They just thrashed Crystal Palace and the match ended 4-0. Trent Alexander-Arnold with a sublime free kick. Mo Salah also got to score a goal. Fabinho on the score sheet as well as Sadio Mane. From this dominating Liverpool performance, of course, the key players are just going to be the goal scorers. I'll just go in order of the goal scorers. Trent Alexander-Arnold, what a free kick, what a season he's having. I'll give him an 85 rated at right back. Mo Salah, Liverpool's key man. Whatever they do, the final result has to be Mo Salah. Mo Salah is their guy. Mo Salah will get a 91 from me. Fabinho has been solid all season long. Played well versus Crystal Palace. It was just like a normal outing for him. Fabinho will get an 87. And Sadio Mane, what should I call him? Salah's right-hand man, Salah's sidekick, or something like that. Let's all be honest here. I know he tries to be number one, but he has to know that Salah is the first option in that team. Sadio Mane will get a 90. Liverpool are Premier League champions after 30 years without a league title in England. To be honest, it looked quite obvious from November. If we were not lying to each other, maybe some had a bit of hope that Manchester City could come back. But performances like Thursday just show why Manchester City could not compete with Liverpool this year. The other teams in England, we're just going to look at the final score, look at the scorers and give them a rating. Tottenham had West Ham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for an East London derby. And it was a 2-0 win. It didn't look very, very comfortable. Thomas Susek with an own goal. And Harry Kane with... It was a typical Mourinho, typical counter-attacking move that saw Harry Kane finish it. His first goal after a long time because of his injury problems. So we will give a rating to Harry Kane. Harry Kane has always been a massive finisher, but he hasn't had a very, very good year. It hasn't been his own way the whole way this year. So Harry Kane will give him an 87. 87 rating for Harry Kane. I think he deserves that. He can improve it by going on a goal scoring run, of course, but we'll give him an 87 for now. And he is Tottenham's best player. And Leicester City had Brighton at home, and Leicester City seem to be losing a lot of momentum. They're getting weaker and weaker. Maybe they're getting a bit tired A 0-0 draw with Brighton, not good enough, especially looking at the fixtures. The remaining fixtures are going to be quite tough, with Manchester United and Wolves in very, very good form, and Chelsea also getting a bit of form. Leicester City might be the ones who might miss out on the top 4 finish this season. Wolves continued on the path of hunting for the Champions League place by beating Bournemouth 1-0. Again, it was, the usual suspects, the key players, Adama Traore and Raul Jimenez. Adama Traore with the assist and Raul Jimenez with the finish for his 15th goal this league season in the Premier League. And Raul Jimenez, I have to say I've been quite impressed, especially looking at his career path where it hasn't quite worked out for him at most places like Benfica and Atletico Madrid, but he's really, really played well at Wolves. Raul Jimenez will get an 85. Adama Traore is on the up. A lot of bigger teams are now looking at Adama Traore after he had been a reject at La Masia Barcelona Academy. He's really playing well now. He's really feeling himself. You can see that he's getting comfortable in his own body. His end product is improving. I'll give Adama Traore an 84. Manchester United beat Sheffield United 3-0 with Sheffield United as well. I have to say I feel sorry for them. Maybe the coronavirus just came at a time where it wasn't supposed to come for them. Of course, I have to say, to be fair, the virus was never supposed to come for anyone else's time. But looking just at how their form has turned, it's been pathetic ever since the restart. Maybe they didn't get to prepare well when we're in the pandemic. But however, Manchester United continued their good form from way before. I think they started really playing well, Manchester United, in January, and ever since they've been playing quite well. And it was a game just for one player. Anthony Martial was everything in this game for Manchester United. Whatever they needed, he gave them. 3-0 to Manchester United, a hat-trick for Anthony Martial, a player who I've always said is very talented. I just don't understand maybe his mental side of things, of viewing the game, where sometimes he looks a bit moody, but you always see that the talent is there with Anthony Martial, and I'll give Martial an approval rating of 83. What a good game from him. We need more of this from Anthony Martial, and you can all see quite what he is quite capable of with the talent he does have. Last but not least, we go to St. Mary's, where Arsenal recorded their first post-lockdown win with a 2-0. I don't know if I should say beating or what, because it didn't quite look like a beating. It was a bit of a ding-dong battle. Arsenal controlled the first half well. Then Southampton got their foot back in the game. In the second half, they looked like they were maybe going to do something, but Arsenal kept them at bay. I have to look at 3 players when I'm going to look at Arsenal in their 2-0 win. I'll look at Edin Ketia, of course. The kid has been showing that he's got some promise and he's been playing well. He's been keeping Lacazette out of the side for a reason, I have to add. I'll give him an approval rating of 77. He shows that maybe he's got a bright future. He's still young. We go to Joe Willock, who also scored his first goal for Arsenal in the Premier League, which is also a nice thing for these young players which are being given an opportunity at Arsenal. And Joe Willock, I'll give him an approval rating of 77 as well. But I really want to look at Emi Martinez. I didn't give him a chance when Leno got down. I just thought he was going to be a disaster. And to be fair, he was tested a bit by Southampton. They really did give him some good shots to face. He faced some good shots and he stood up to the test. So maybe I just think he just needs more opportunity until the end of the season to show what he can do. And his distribution was quite good as well. I remember there was a pass he gave to Aubameyang, which I don't know how Arsenal wasted that chance, but he played quite well for a goalkeeper who doesn't play quite often. I'll give Emi Martinez an approval rating of 74. So that is all we have for this review episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would just like to ask you again, please follow us on our social media handles, which are in the link in the description down below, and leave any comments on the videos. Any feedback will be greatly appreciated. We are all trying to make the product look a lot better and improve the product until it's at a certain standard where it's going to make a lot of people happy. That's what we're aiming for. That's what we're pushing for. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like the videos, subscribe, and please share to a lot of people so that the YouTube algorithm will be able to recommend this video to more and more people. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.